Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to the start of a really super duper fun vlog. I am going to be reading some of my favorite Booktubers' favorite books or books that they recommended. Some of these are Booktubers that I have had many conversations with, that I'm become fairly close with. Some are Booktubers who know nothing about me really other than what they've seen, like of if they follow me on Instagram or anything. But yeah, I'm really excited. Some are more fantasy-based readers. Most are romance, but a little bit of everything going on. Some of them know my reading taste really well. Others know nothing about my reading taste and we're like, what do you need? You know? So some asked me a lot of questions based off of their, like when I asked them, I just reached out to a bunch of them and said, hey, would you be willing to do this? And they were all, I'm shocked. Every single one of them said yes, which just makes me super excited because I love these people. And so this might end up being multiple vlogs because they're, like I said, every single one of them said yes. So I have a lot of books to read and I don't want this to be a million hours long. So this might be a multi-part vlog. It also might end up being a series where I reach out to other booktubers. But some of them gave me several options. Others gave me one or two and I, got to pick from those. Some of them gave me so many options that I was like, oh, these all sound fantastic. So I did spinner wheels to create what I was going to read. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this. And thank you to all of the creators who reached out or who responded and gave me books. All of them will be tagged below. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't know yet if I'm going to put them all in this vlog or if it'll be in multiple vlogs. But I will mention them when I get to their books. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Good morning. Today is the day that I'm going to start Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life. Her choice for me. It is Entreat Me by Grace Draven. She gave me a couple other choices, but I'm going to go with that one because I am in a fantasy romance mood and it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So I'm going to go with that one today. We'll see. One of her other choices was chosen by someone else, so it works. But yeah, I'm gonna start Entreat Me today, and I will keep you all posted on my thoughts and feelings about it. But I'll talk to you out in the next one. Hello. I am 25% of the way into my pick from Crystal's Bookish Life, which is Entreat Me by Grace Draven, and I am absolutely loving it. It's such a good, cute Beauty and the Beast romance so far. Louvain is a total baddie and yeah, I am just loving it. I don't want to say too much because I'm only 25% in, but I am really enjoying it. I've decided with this vlog that I'm going to do 25% check-ins. So normally I'll do like 50% and then the end of the book, but I think I'm going to do 25% every time. So once I get to 50%, I'll do another check-in and then 75 and then the end of the book. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Crystal has been knocked out of the park right now. I don't imagine it getting any worse because because the romance hasn't even started yet. So obviously it's only going to get better as the romance goes. But yeah, I'm excited to continue. So I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello. Okay, so I got to the 50% mark of Entreat Me, and Crystal is knocking it out of the park with this recommendation. I am absolutely loving it. I'm 50% in, and it is absolutely, utterly beautiful. The scene with the bathtub, oh man, I loved it. Loved it. So I am loving this book. It is Beauty and the Beast retelling, and this Louvain is the heroine, and her sister has met a man named Gavin, and she runs off with Gavin, and so Louvain follows to make sure that her sister stays a maiden. Louvain is a widowed woman, and their father has gotten them into some trouble financially, and so it's Louvain and her sister's responsibility to help fix that. And so Louvain's sister was supposed to marry this evil guy, and they found a way out of it. And so now they're staying at Gavin's house, and Louvain has fallen for his beastly father. So there's a curse on Gavin and his dad, Ballard. I think it's Gavin. Could be wrong. It's definitely Ballard. And Ballard and Louvain have formed a bond. And yeah, I am absolutely loving it. It's so good. And I'm so excited to continue and get to listen to it again tomorrow. I probably won't listen to any more today because the NFL draft is tonight. So I will be watching that. And I can't listen and watch a show at the same time. Well, it's not really a show. I can't listen and watch TV at the same time. So I will probably, but I can read and watch TV. So I'll probably just read another book that I need to read. But yeah, Crystal so far is knocking it out of the park. I had said I wasn't going to rank them, but I might. We'll see. It's kind of unfair because, like, fantasy readers that I have gone to, they are at a disadvantage because I'm a romance reader. So romance readers are going to have an advantage. But yeah, I'm loving it. And so we'll see. I might do, like, different rankings at the end. I don't know. Maybe I won't rank them at all. Who knows? Because this might end up being 2 different vlogs. So yeah, I am loving it. Good job, Crystal. Thank you so much for the recommendation. And I will talk to you all when I get to 75%. Good afternoon. Sorry if you can hear background noise, but I'm sitting in my car on my lunchtime at work. And I am about 75% through, 75% of the way through Entreat Me by Grace Draven, and I'm still absolutely loving it. Louvain has figured out about the curse, and so has her sister, and yeah, a lot of stuff just went down, so I'm excited to go back and finish reading it, or listening to it. The narrator's really good. I'm really enjoying her narration. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I will update you all when I have finished the book, which will probably be tonight when I'm at home and not sitting in my car with traffic driving by. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good evening. It's Friday night, and not that that means anything because I don't think I've said what taste it's been, but I finished Entreat Me today at work, and oh my gosh, 5 stars. Oh. Like, if I did more than 5 stars, it would be more than 5 stars. It will probably be on my stats and faves for the month of May. I don't know when this vlog's coming out, so you might have already seen that video. I don't know. But, no, this is April that I'm reading this in. So, this will probably be on my stats and faves for April, which that video will definitely be out by the time this comes out. So, yeah, I absolutely loved it. And, 5 stars. Crystal knocked it out of the park. Thank you so much, Crystal, for introducing me to Louvain and Ballard. And it was so sweet. And, like, everything that happened and their romance was so swoony and adorable. And, like, I loved when she called him, why can't I think of? Forest King. She called him the Forest King, and then when, like, the curse was broken, and he says, oh, you don't love the man, and she goes, well, I can be persuaded. Like, their banter was just perfection. I loved this. This was, I know that Bree from In Love and Words has also read this, and she says that this is everything, she had said that this was everything she had hoped A Curse of Dark and Lonely would have been. But A Curse of Dark and Lonely is YA, and I absolutely loved A Curse of Dark and Lonely, and it was a fantastic YA Beauty and the Beast retelling, but since this was adult, just absolute perfection. Loved it. Thank you so much again, Crystal, for this fantastic choice. So yeah, stay tuned for my next pick. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Good morning. Welcome back to another vlog, another clip. I am doing my books chosen by my favorite booktubers, and today I am going to start Bree from In Love and Words, her choice, Real by Kennedy Ryan. Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life also picked this. Well, this was an option, but Bree only sent me one because she said that everyone should read this book. So I have it on audio, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna listen to it. It's the beginning of May, and I'm already a little ahead of schedule book-wise, so it's a good time to read this because I won't feel like I'm falling behind, because I'll read a quarter of it before lunch. I'll do my update at lunch. I'll read another half, the second half. I'll read half of it after lunch, and then tomorrow I'll do the same thing. But I've already completed 3 books in the month, and we are only on the third. We're on the 3rd day, so I will tomorrow have finished 4 books, and it'll be the 4th day, so it'll work out. But yeah, I need to go because it's already after 8, so I'm running a little late. But that's okay because we had inventory yesterday, and so I was here at 6 a.m. and I worked till 5, so I have 2 hours overtime that I worked yesterday. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I will update you all when I get to Real 25%. I'll talk to you on the next one. Good afternoon. I am about 25% of the way into Real by Kennedy Ryan, which was Bree from In Love and Words choice for me, and I am absolutely loving it. I was hooked from the beginning, like right away. There is a ton of rep in this for all sorts of different things, and I am loving it. I don't really have a ton to say yet because I am only 25% in, so it's not like there's that much to say yet, but I am loving it, and I have a feeling this is going to be another 5-star read. So I'll be 2 for 2 on this, and I'm excited. But yeah, it's lunchtime, and I'm starving, so I'm going to go eat my food and possibly read some. But I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye. Hello, everybody. Today at work, I got to 50% of Real, and I'm still absolutely loving it. I didn't say this earlier, which I probably should have. Real follows Neva and Cannon. Cannon is a director, and Neva is a Broadway star who Cannon goes and sees on Broadway, and he ends up hiring her getting her an audition for his movie that he's doing, a biopic about a singer named Desi Blue. And you get his perspective and her perspective, plus it like also entwines Desi Blue's like the biopic storyline. So biopic. I can speak words. But it's so good. It was a little slow burny. I mean, we're at 50% and things have progressed. I love the like her telling her mom like about her there's something that happens in the prologue between Neva and her sister and her boyfriend, or fiance actually, and something happens in the prologue, and then we jump ahead to the future, and it's like 12 years in the future, now it's the present day, so that was in the past, and Neva kind of left and never really went home, and she felt like isolated from her family, and so she goes home for Christmas and talks to her family, or talks to her mom at least, and tries to like heal from that, and I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I mean, it's been so good and emotional. I'm reading it while I'm at work, so I have not cried. Had I been not reading it at work, I probably would have. But since I'm reading it at work, I've been able to hold my emotions in check. But yeah, I have a feeling I will be able to bring this at the end. Thank you, Kennedy Ryan. Again, Kennedy Ryan wrote Still, which is the Grip trilogy, which is one of my favorite trilogies I've ever read. And Still had me, Grip had me bawling, and then Still had me just a blubbering puddle mess. I actually have a vlog of me reading that. I will link it up above or down below somewhere. But yeah, I read that back in January, and so Kennedy Ryan is knocking it out of the park for me again. Bree made a fantastic choice. I'm loving it. But yeah, so that is all I have for now. I will talk to you all when I get to 75%. See you in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I am 75% of the way through Real by Kennedy Ryan, and I just know that the last quarter of it's going to break me. I'm still loving it. It's fantastic. It is so good. Kennedy Ryan writes, she is a beautiful writer. She writes wonderful, sexy times. She writes super emotional times. She writes emotions in romances. She writes emotions in individual characters. It's just, oh, fantastic. Absolutely loving it. Again, Brie, knocking it out of the park. My first 2 picks, I don't know. They've been fantastic. They've both been 5 stars all the way through. We'll see. I mean, I don't see this one being less than 5 stars. I only ever read 3 other books by Kennedy Ryan, but it was all in this group trilogy. And all 3 of them were 5 stars. So I can't imagine this one not getting 5 stars. So we'll see, but I will update you all when I'm finished with it. Talk to you in the next one. Good evening. I just finished Real at work, and I absolutely loved it. 5 stars, of course. The healing in it, the health rep, the disability rep, everything was just fantastic. I loved it. The caretaking, it was beautiful. It was, had I not been reading it at work, I probably would have cried about 17,000 times, but I did read it at work, so I was not crying, which is good. But yeah, it was so good. It really paralleled a lot of things that are going on in my personal life, and so it was, it was tough to read, but it was a fantastic read, and I am glad I read it. And thank you, Brie, for the fabulous choice. Another knocking it out of the park. Brie and Crystal also picked this one, but I ended up going with Entreat Me because Brie picked this one too. And they're both very different, so it's not like I could say I liked one more than the other. I mean, obviously this one's tougher to read, but still fantastic, whereas Entreat Me is really just fun, more lighthearted than this. This one's a lot more hard-hitting, but I absolutely loved it. Fantastic. 5 stars. Both of my picks so far have been fantastic, and if it keeps going this way, then I follow the right people on Booktube. So, all right. I'll talk to you in the next one when I decide on my next book. See you then. Good morning. This is really quick. I'm driving, but I stopped at a red light. So I just wanted to update. It's May 16th, and I'm going to be starting Cassidy, Covers with Cassidy's book. She is definitely a more fantasy reader than I am, but I'm going to be starting City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. And so yeah, I will update you all when I get to the 25% mark, and I will tell you a little bit more about why I picked this. I was like, till then, bye. Good afternoon. Earlier today, I said that I was going to start City of Brass, which is Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy's choice for having my favorite booktubers pick books for me to read. And I got 25% in through it at work today. I was listening to the audiobook, but I was kind of following along when I could on the ebook, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Obviously, I'm only 25% of the way through, so not very far. Sorry, I'm laying on my bed, and I'm not in, like, the best position, but it is what it is. But yeah, so basically, this girl, Nari, she accidentally summons a Jinn warrior. Or he calls himself a Deva, which is like a type of Jinn. So she summons him, and he takes her to the city of Daevabad. And we also follow the Prince, Ali. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, if they're gonna meet, what they're gonna do when they get together, if she's gonna get with Dara, because she calls him attractive. So we'll see. I don't know. Obviously, it's not a fantasy romance. It's more fantasy-based, but there is, I think, going to be some sort of romantic subplot, which I'm always here for. So, but yeah, Cassidy is someone that I've kind of gotten to know through, she is part of the late night crew, and so she hosts Prince with Mel and Rye, and so she is someone that I've gotten to know. I'm part of her Patreon. She's one of the few, like, fantasy heavy romance booktubers that I really follow like watch like all of their videos of, because again, I'm more of a romance reader, so most of the booktubers that I've chosen for this are more romance based, but Cassidy is one that is more of a fantasy based reader. She does dabble in some romance every once in a while. She's read a couple Sophie Larks that she's really enjoyed, so, and you know, I'm always down for that. But this is one that she suggested. She reads a lot of fantasy, and then horror and thriller are like her other big genres. So, but I've wanted to read City of Brass, so that's why I went with that one over the thriller, because the thriller probably would have been easier because it's shorter, because City of Brass is a chunky boy, but it works. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I probably won't read any more today. If I do, I won't update you. I'm gonna try to get through 75% tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know that I will, but we'll see if we do. If I do, yeah, that's all I have for now. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Good afternoon. I am halfway through Cassidy. It covers with Cassidy's choice for me of City of Brass. It's one of the choices, but it was the one that sounded the best to me, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't love Ollie. He's kind of insufferable, but I'm assuming he's meant to be. But I really like Nari and Dara and their little thing they got going on. I mean, as a romance reader, it's always fun when there's a little bit of a romance going on. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good. She is in the city of Davidbad now, so, and she's discovering a little bit about who she really is, truly. And yeah, it's 9 million degrees in my car right now, so I'm going to go, and I will update you all when I get to the 75% mark, which will probably be some point tonight. Talk to you all later. Good evening. I am now 75% of the way through City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, which is Cassidy. It covers with Cassidy's pick, and I'm loving it. It is so good and so thrilling. Like, I just want to keep reading, but obviously I had to stop because I was at work, and I think I'm really gonna need to focus on the last 25%, which I might try to finish tonight. Don't know if I'll be able to do it. But if not, I will definitely finish it at some point tomorrow, whether it's at work. But I kind of want to read along with it instead of just listening. I've been kind of reading along when I can, like when I have a few minutes at work. But for the most part, I've just been listening. But I've been having a great time. I'm loving it. Nari is fully into the city of Davidbad and learning all about the politics and everything going on. And Prince Ali is still a little insufferable, but he's getting better because you're starting to kind of see his motivations for everything and see more of his personality, and him and Nari together and their bond that they're creating. And I'm really enjoying it. Dara has said some things that have made me very sad, but I still love him. He's still fantastic. And yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be another 5-star. My three that I have gone through so far have all been fantastic, and they've all been different enough that, like, I'm not getting burnt out. I don't want to compare them to each other, and all 3 picks have been knock them out of the park. These 3 people have knocked them out of the park, and it's great because they're all 3 very different, and like my level of knowledge of these people and their knowledge of me is different on all 3 levels, and so it's kind of fun to see how this is going. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And Cassidy, great job. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Good afternoon, or evening. Wow. I just finished City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and holy moly, that book is so good. Cassidy, you knocked it out of the dang park. I'm trying to keep this vlog as spoiler-free as possible, but oh my goodness, this was fantastic. The ending had me gripped. I really loved reading along while listening to the audiobook because a lot of the names in the book are very Middle Eastern. It is like an Arabian tale, so the names are not names that we would see in Western civilization, Western cultures. They're definitely more Eastern names, and so it's nice to listen to them and like the cities and the name and like the leaders and the rulers and the people that the gods that they pray to, everything. Like, it's nice to like be able to hear how it's said. So listening to it while reading was like the best. 5 stars. This book was fantastic, and honestly might be one of my favorites of the year, and I will definitely be continuing on in the series. So awesome job, Cassidy. You knocked it out of the park. My first books that I have read for this vlog have all been 5 stars. They've all been just chef's kiss. So great job to all 3 people who have all 3 booktubers. I clearly am watching the right people. So yeah, I'll talk to you all. I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you all when I decide what I'm gonna read next. See you later. Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be starting my next book for my reading my favorite booktubers whatever vlog that I'm doing, and I'm going to be reading The Tyrant Alpha's Rejected Mate by Kate C. Wells. This was Heather from HEA or HEA Booktubes. She says HEA, but a lot of people say HEA Booktubes, and I started watching her because she was on a lot of like live shows for like romance booktubers, and I just really like, I love her energy and her vibe, and she reads a lot of like more unknown authors. Like, she reads a lot of like smaller authors that I never would have picked up if it wasn't for her. I mean, Kate C. Wells is one of them. And so this is definitely, I'm excited. It'll be my first Kate C. Wells, and I'm super excited to read this. I know Run Posing Run is actually on my TBR for this month, but obviously wanting to do this vlog, this got bumped up. But I'm really excited. I've heard nothing but good things about her writing, and yeah, I heard that there's a great grovel, and I love a good grovel. So what I know about this is there's an alpha and an omega, obviously, or I don't know if it's actually an omega. I don't know if it's like Omegaverse or if it's just an alpha and his mate. And basically this weak girl ends up being his mate, and he rejects her. Like, no way is my mate gonna be some weakling who like is tiny and small, and she like runs away and gets the mating bond removed, but he does not. And so once he starts to realize that, oh wait, that is my mate, she's like, too bad, I'm over it, I'm not your mate, find a new one. And so I'm excited to see how this all turns out. But yeah, I'll talk to you all when I get to 25%. Hello, good morning. I am 25% of the way through The Tyrant Alpha's Rejected Mate, and I am loving it. It is so good. Basically, so far all that's happened is Una discovered that she is the alpha's mate. She has never gone, she's older, like in her 20s, has never gone through heat or anything. She just didn't think she had a mate, thought she was a lone wolf. She sees her mate being like kissed and hugged on by another girl, and her wolf is like, hell no. So for the first time ever, she shifts in the middle of like the Great Hall and attacks the girl who is the daughter of like the female alpha. And her wolf is very tiny because she's never come out before. So things don't go well for Una. And she tells Killian like, hey, I'm your mate. And he's like, no, you are not my mate. What makes you think that you would be my mate? You are tiny and small, and you're not good enough to lead the pack. So she runs off, and basically gets discovered by a witch, the old crone, and the crone takes the mating bond out of her. And I'm assuming she doesn't fully take it out of her. Like, there's something, like, because like they're still drawn to each other, and like their wolves still recognize each other as like mates. But I don't, so I think she kind of took away some of the pain, because it was very hard for Una because she was going through heat and her mate wouldn't mate with her. And she was like in pain, like physical pain and mental pain. And so I think it was a way of like healing, but I have a feeling that she didn't really take the mating bond away. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, I have to go to work. And I don't want to because I'm already dreading it. It's Friday and you would think things would be good, but nope. I've already had like 7 emails yelling at me about stupid things that are out of my hands, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you on the next one. Hello. I am 50% of the way through The Tyrant Alpha's Rejected Mate, and it is fantastic so far. I'm really liking it. Killian finally realized that Una is his mate, and he's not afraid to admit it. But she's like, no. I am not going to give in that easily. So it's just a lot of really great banter so far, and I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, we shall see. I got half the book left to go. I will talk to you all at the next 25%. Hello. I'm 75% of the way through The Tyrant Alpha's Rejected Mate, and I am still absolutely loving it. Don't know that it's going to get 5 stars, though. It might only be a 4.5. But Heather's choice has still been fantastic. It's getting to be too much of a slow burn for me. Or 75%, and there has been no payoff. I don't need sex to happen like page 1, but all of the crap that they've been through, and like, they just still have not. She's gone through heat again, and he still is not, helped her relieve that pressure. Well, he helped her, but he did not, there was no penetration. And, I don't necessarily need penetration, but this is terrible. This is what happens when it's super late at night. But yeah, I am really enjoying it. The Warriors just won game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, so they're up by 2. Moving on into the next game, going to Dallas. So my old home versus my new home. But yeah. Also, I swear I wear other clothes. When I get home from work, I usually will, for 1 week, just wear the same clothes. I'll put on the same thing. After work, I usually just, a big shirt or a sweater and shorts or sweatpants. Sometimes I'll just do sweatpants and a tank. But I do have other clothes. I just usually wear them for a week, and then they go in the wash. But yeah. I'm going to go finish this book. Hopefully I finish it tonight. Like I said, I got 25%. I think it said I have an hour and a half left on my Kindle. Let's see what my Kindle says. This is quality content I got going on here. I'm sure you're all loving it. 2 hours and 3 minutes left. Wow, that was a lot more than I thought. I don't know that I'll get it done tonight. I went out for happy hour, and I think I'm kind of hungover now, which is great. I'd rather be hungover tonight than hungover tomorrow, but I just don't feel good. I think I'm gonna go head to bed. It's the weekend of Becca's 48-hour Bookathon. Becca in the books. And so she has live sprints, literally there's live sprints all weekend for it. And I do enjoy a good reading sprint, so I might keep them on and have them on my computer for the rest of the night, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Well, yeah, I'm going to go to bed, but I'm going to go read. And I will update you all when I finish this book. Good afternoon. Sorry if you can hear the waterfall in the background. I'm sitting out at my pool. But yeah, I finished the Silent Alpha's Rejected Knight, and which was Heather from Hey Booktubes. Her choice for Booktubers pick my TBR, or I read Booktuber favorites. And yeah, giving 4.5 stars. I loved the grovel, but I just felt like it took way too long for them to actually like get together and be happy, and then I didn't get enough payoff in the end. So yeah, 4.5 stars. If it's still a fantastic book, I still suggest it. It's still great, and I will definitely be continuing on in the series. But yeah, that is all I have for now, and I will talk to y'all when I choose my next book. Nature's weird, people. There's some weird stuff happening out here. So, I'll talk to y'all when I choose my next book. Bye! Good morning. Another Monday where I'm running late. Sorry, you can hear my blinker. I'm starting at a red light. But I just wanted to hop in and say that I am starting the Charmer Offensive today, which is Rye from Rye's Reading Corner's pick, and I will let you guys know on the next one why all about it. But I gotta go because now I'm driving. Bye. Hello, good afternoon. I am 25% of the way through the Charm Offensive, which is Rye from Rye's Reading Corner's pick. Rye is another part of the late night crew, but I found her, like, she was doing sprints one Saturday, and I got on her sprints, and she was reading Sophie Lark, and I just decided that I wanted to be friends with her. Our tastes are, like, in terms of, like, romance, are pretty similar. She really does like a lot of, like, Sophie Lark. So obviously she couldn't pick Sophie Lark for me because I have read all of the Sophie Lark books that she's read. So I asked her, and she reads a lot of different genres, and I'm kind of surprised she did not pick a Kristen Hanna book because she loves Kristen Hanna, and I know, like, on late night crew sprints she's really, like, pushed that on everyone. But she did not pick one for me. I'm thinking probably because she wanted to pick something that she knew I would enjoy. Although I do like historical fiction, it's just not my normal genre. So yeah, she picked the Charm Offensive, which is actually a cute little male romance. Charlie is going on a, like, bachelor type show, and Dave is his handler, and Dave is openly, like, out gay, and Charlie just is, like, he doesn't, I don't know, he's very much, like, tech nerd, like, socially awkward, and he, yeah, I don't know. So I'm enjoying it. It's cute. I mean, is it my favorite romance I've ever read? No. Is it my favorite male romance I've ever read? Probably not. But I'm enjoying it. I could see it getting, like, a solid 4 stars. So we will see. I will get to the 50% mark and let you know what I'm thinking. I'll talk to you on the next one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another clip. I am now 50% of the way through the Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran, which is Rye from Rye's Reading Corner's pick. And I'm having a fine time with it. I have it, been listening at, like, 3 times speed. So it's like, I'm just kind of trying to get through it. It's not the best romance I've ever read. It's not the worst romance I've ever read. It is a slow burn. We're finally starting to, like, unpack their feelings for each other. And I think my biggest problem with it is Dave is said to be Indian American. But there is literally nothing, like, there's no culture. It's not showing, like, other than him saying he's Indian American and his name, which is a very Indian spelling for the name Dave. There's nothing there's nothing that shows that he is Indian American. I used to be a teacher, and I taught at a school that was 80 to 90% Indian American children. And so I'm no expert, obviously. I am not Indian American, but I do know that they are very proud of their culture and their traditions and everything, and I have seen none of that through Dave. And so it's just kind of like, it's kind of like the author is writing to have a diverse character in there without doing the research to show the diversity, which is really kind of annoying. Like, I mean, it's not, he doesn't seem any different than just a regular old white dude. But, I mean, that's not for me to say. Maybe she just didn't feel comfortable, the author didn't feel comfortable adding anything extra, but that's what, like, sensitivity readers are for, and for, you know, she could have asked and done some research and maybe added just a few things. Like, I mean, they have so many holidays and traditions and things that they do. He could have had something fun that he did, you know, just things that brought a little bit of the culture other than just saying he's an Indian American. So that is my, well, that is a complaint I have with this book. But yeah, I'm having a fine time. I don't care about the, like, contestants in the show. I mean, obviously they have to have them because it is a competition, bachelor-like show. But yeah, I don't know. And I hate that the only, like, times that the two heroes have, like, had any kind of connection physically was when they were drinking. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, they don't always have to be drinking for kisses to happen. But yeah, those are probably my biggest complaints. Still probably looking like it's going to be a 4-star, but so far this has been my least favorite of the choices. But I'm still liking it. But it is, I mean, it is a traditionally published romance, so I have to lower my expectations when a lot of the books that people have been suggesting were indie romances or fantasy. Well, yeah, I guess one was an indie fantasy, and yeah, so, or a couple indies. But so things are a little different in those, but I am still enjoying it. Charlie, it's got great mental health rep. Charlie has OCD. I don't know if that the representation of the OCD is good or not. I cannot speak to it, but the depression, the mental health of Dave is, I mean, I have had days like that, so I understand where he is coming from. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Hello, I am 75% of the way through The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochran, which was Rye from Eyes Reading Corner's pick. And unless the last 25% blows me away, I'm thinking this will be a 4-star. It's Fade to Black, so that kind of is boring. And the third act conflict, very believable third act conflict, so I'm not hating it. But yeah, solid 4-star. I mean, not bad, but not like a new favorite, not something that I'm gonna want to reread or anything, but I am enjoying it, and it is different to read about, so, which is always good. I think the mental health rep is really great, but the, like, adding a like I said in my last clip, adding a diverse character in terms of, like, ethnicity is just to add a diverse character is not, it's still, like, bothering me that, like, there's nothing inherently Indian American about Dave other than the way he spells his name and the fact that he said he's Indian American. Like, there's nothing that shows his culture or his background or anything like that. So that is, it's like kind of just throwing in a diverse character to throw in a diverse character. So, which I don't necessarily think they need to do, because there's plenty of diversity in terms of sexuality and mental health rep and all that. You don't necessarily need to add, I mean, I know it makes it more marketable, but just adding a diverse character to for diversity's sake, it's kind of a cop-out, in my opinion. But I'm still enjoying it, so I will let you all know when I get to the end. Hello, I have finished The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochran, which was Rye from Eyes Reading Corner's pick, And like I said in the last clip, it's gonna be a 4-star. It wasn't anything special. It didn't do anything groundbreaking in my opinion. The ending was fine. I mean, it was cute, but it's not like a new favorite or anything. So far, this has been, I mean, it's still a great read. Don't get me wrong. I still really enjoy it. I would still recommend it. But so far of the reads, this has been my least favorite. But hey, if they're all 4 or 5-star reads, then people that I follow are good choices. So yeah, that is all I have for now. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello, everybody. I'm starting my next book. I'm going to be starting I Must Betray You by Ruta Septes. I think I'm saying that correctly. Could be wrong. Apologies if I am incorrect. But this is Ashley from Bookish Realms Choice. I love Ashley's channel. She talks about the way she talks about books, and she's just very eloquent about everything, and I really enjoy her stories. And she's a librarian, so she reads all sorts of different genres. I love her middle grade recs, especially for like giving ideas for my niece, and so she's a great follow and a great watch every time. I always watch her videos. She makes really great content about like banned books and books that are being challenged and everything, especially living in Texas. Like some of the things that people are trying to do, it blows my mind. And so I like to watch her videos. And yeah, so I'm going to be reading I Must Betray You. I believe it's a young adult, like, historical fiction story taking place during one of the, like, not like a World War I or World War II. It's during a different war. And yeah, they're like friends and they're on different sides of the war, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't actually know. I've gone into most of these pretty blind, only knowing what I know from what these creators have talked about. So I will see. I will update you all when I get to 25%. Hello, I am halfway through, or no, a quarter of the way through I Must Betray You by Ruta Septes, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really good so far. It is about communist Romania in like the 70s or 80s, 90s, I don't remember. I should probably do some research. But I'm at work, so I can't really do it right now. But basically this teenage boy is caught with something illegal, and he then has to become an informant for the like officers. And yeah, he has to hide it from his family, and he thinks he knows who told on him, and he gets in a fight. And it's one of those books that's like really, like, I would just want to keep reading it. I don't want to stop. So yeah, I'm going to go so I can read the next 25% and talk to you at the next one. All right, bye. Good evening. It is later in the day, and I have read 50% of I Must Betray You by Ruta Septes, and I am loving it. It's really good. I hated that I've been doing updates at 25% because I finished the 25% really fast at work, and then I was like, what do I do? Because I'm not going to film at work. Like, I'm just not going to do it. And I had already taken my lunch and gone and filmed the first 25%, but it's really good. It's so this boy is found in possession of something illegal this is before the Romanian, why can't I think of what it's called? When they were no longer communist. Romanian Revolution. That's the word. And it's really good. He was caught with something he's not supposed to have, and he's basically asked to spy on this young American boy and like they're asking him all these questions and things. It's interesting. I've actually kind of looked it up. I mean, obviously I was at work, so I couldn't look up a ton, but like they talked about Nadia Comaneci, who is a former gymnast. She's still alive, but she's a former gymnast Romanian gymnast, and won gold medals, was like a hero for them. and she defected. She was like, I'm done. So she left to go to Hungary, and Hungary, and ended up in America. But she defected and was like, I can't handle this. And it talks about how she was owned by the government, and it's really interesting. And then I went and looked, and it is like that did happen. So obviously the author did her research on this. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm probably going to listen to another 25%, maybe get the whole book done tonight. We'll see, but I'm really loving it. And I can just see this being 5 stars. So thank you very much, Ashley, for this amazing book and bringing it into my life, because as much as I like historical fiction, I generally I end up always just picking up like World War II historical fiction. And I know there's other historical fictions out there, so this is really interesting that this is about like the Romanian Revolution, which weirdly to say in 1989 is historical fiction, but that was 33 years ago, so it really is, it's a long time ago. It's like so crazy to think about, because yeah, that's just crazy that is history now. Like I still feel like the 90s were like 5 years ago. So yeah, that's just me talking craziness. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I'll talk to you in the next one. Hello, I just got to the 75% mark of I Must Betray You by Rhoda Siptes, and I'm dying. Oh my god, this book is so good and so sad. I'm sure the last 25% is just gonna absolutely break me, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna listen to it right now, because I don't want to listen to it at work and end up crying. But a lot has happened, and I don't want to give any spoilers away. We learned who ended up ultimately betraying Christian, and making it so that he was caught and having to become an informer and a spy, and it's heartbreaking. This book is heartbreaking, and the scene that just happened, I'm going to start crying talking about it. It was I love historical fiction for this reason, because I love learning about history, even though, obviously there's a fictionalized versions of history. I love learning about it and reading about it, and this book is just, it's a book that is definitely going to be like a life-changing book. And Ashley, this is an amazing, amazing choice. Thank you so much for showing me this book, because I don't think I would have picked it up on my own, because looking at the Libby tags, it's like thriller and young adult, which are not generally things I go towards, especially when looking on Libby. I'm looking generally for romances and things like that, more fun, and when I do historical fiction, it's usually adult historical fiction, and even though this is young adult, it definitely is a book that I think everyone needs to read. But yeah, that is all I have, and I'm sure I will update you all when I am done. Hopefully I will not be a blubbering mess, but I can make no promises. Talk to you later. Okay, so I just finished I Must Betray You, and 5 stars. There is nothing less that this book can be given. It was so good, so beautifully written, and just, it's very fascinating, and I am excited to kind of learn more about it, because I do love me some history, and especially history that I don't know about, because obviously living in America, pretty much only learning about what they want us to learn. And obviously this was not something that, this happened not in my lifetime, but very close to. I was born in 91. This happened in 89. So it's just heartbreaking to read and absolutely fantastic. And I'm so glad that I read it and that Ashley from Bookish Realm suggested it. And I remember watching her like wrap up where she talked about it, and I was like, that book sounds really fascinating and interesting. And when she gave this as an option, she had like lots of other really wonderful sounding options, and she gave me some romances, but this one just was like one that I felt like I needed to go out of my comfort zone and listen to this one and read this one, and I am so glad that I did. And the author's note at the end just made it even more fantastic. But yeah, I loved this. 5 stars, of course. And just another awesome pick from a booktuber that I follow. So yeah, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I'm going to be starting Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl's choice. And it is Fair Catch by Candy Steiner. I feel like Cheyenne and I have fairly similar reading taste. She tends to read a lot more like dark romances and sports romances, I've seen, and I love a lot of indies, which I love. And so yeah, I just have started to, she's a newer booktuber too, and we were on a live together on Steph from Novelty Corner, another one of my choices. Don't know if it'll be this vlog or in the other vlog, because I have officially decided that this is going to be 2 vlogs. But we were both on a live on her channel, and yeah, so I've gotten to know her a little bit through Instagram and such, and she is a Braves fan, which is really, rough. As a Dodge fan, it's rough, but gotta love someone who has some baseball boyfriends, because I got some too. And so hopefully I love this book as much as she does. And I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. Sorry, contending with the pool in the background again. But I'm not gonna go somewhere quieter just to film this, because I don't want to get out of the pool. It's 98 degrees right now, so. But yeah, I am 25% of the way through Fair Catch by Candy Steiner, and I'm really loving it. They're both on the football team. She is a kicker on the football team after something happened with her brother, and it's her brother's best friend. They end up being roommates. So it's Zeke is the hero, and Riley is the heroine. Yeah, forced proximity, friends to enemies to probably gonna end up being lovers. It's a romance, so that's my guess. But yeah, I am gonna go and get my Kindle back, because it should be cooled down now, and read some more. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, I am 50% of the way through Fair Catch by Candy Steiner, and I am just absolutely loving it. The pining by the hero. Oh, Zeke is just perfection. But yeah, I am loving it. Cheyenne, this has been a fantastic choice. Thank you so much. But yeah, having a great time. I'm gonna get back to it, because I want to keep reading and not sitting here. Also, I am a little bit drunk, so I should probably not say too much. But I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, good evening. I am 75% of the way through Fair Catch by Candy Steiner, and we're in the middle of the third act conflict, and it's very believable, because obviously they're both in college and they're roommates and teammates, and Zeke has a learning disability, and Riley offers to help him out. And one day they were studying and he had a paper to write, and she was like, well, here, let me send you my paper that I wrote, just so you can kind of like get ideas. Well, obviously he ended up plagiarizing it. Sorry, I'll put a little spoilers. He ended up plagiarizing it, and so they both get suspended from the football team. for the next 2 games, and it's like the final 2 games of the season. And so obviously she's very upset and doesn't trust him. She already struggled with trusting him after what had happened when they were kids, or not kids, but they were when they were in high school. And so yeah, it's just crazy. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure. I mean, it's a romance, so. But the angst is high right now. But yeah, we'll talk to you all when I get to the end. Hello. I know I've been updating only every 25%. But I just read a part in Fair Catch where Zeke says he's going to enter the NFL draft. If you know anything about football and college football, you cannot enter the draft until your 3rd year. You cannot enter as a freshman. You can in basketball, but not in football. So, just completely unrealistic. And that's taking me out of the story now, which sucks because I was really enjoying it. But, honestly, that just took it from, a 5-star to a 3-star because you clearly didn't do your research. You cannot enter the NFL draft until your junior year. It does not matter. You cannot do it according to the rules of I don't know if it's the NCAA or if it's the NFL. I'm assuming it's the NFL because obviously basketball you don't have to. You can just play 1 year, but that just really bothered me. And yeah, so we'll see how the rest of this book goes, but that was not, that took me out of the story so badly. But yeah, I will let you all know when I get to the end. Good morning. Last night I finished Fair Catch by Candy Steiner, which was Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl's pick for me. And I ended up giving it 3 stars. If you watched the last clip, you know why, what my issue was. That, for you to be a sports romance taking place in college, to say that as a freshman someone's going to enter the NFL draft, that just really took me out of the story, and it really hindered my enjoyment. If that isn't a thing that would bother you, then you'll probably love this story, because I was loving it. I was probably going to give it 4.5, 5 stars. It was a great book. I was having a great time. I was going through all the emotions, and that just really hindered my enjoyment and took me out of the story. So it is a great book. I definitely would suggest it in terms of sports romances. But if you know anything about college football or going into the NFL and that type of stuff bothers you, inaccuracies bother you, then this will bother you, because it just was such a glaring inaccuracy. And it's like a 3-second Google to see just NFL entering the NFL draft requirements. It literally says must be in your 3rd year. So yeah, it just really, really bothered me and took me out of the story. But I still really enjoyed the book and the love story, and that was what I was here for. So that, in sense of that, probably 4.5 stars. I felt like the 3rd act conflict lasted a little too long, and I'm a hoe for an epilogue, and there was no epilogue with that couple. There was an epilogue, but it was setting up the next book, and I love a good epilogue, seeing them 5 years down the road. And this didn't have that. So it's probably 4.5 stars. But overall, ended up getting 3 because that just really bothered me. But yeah, thank you, Cheyenne, for this book. I'm really glad I read it. And I will definitely be reading more of Candy Steiner's works. Maybe not in her sports romance world, because that was just, it bugged me. It really, really bothered me. But yeah, I'm going to go. I got to go to work. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Okay, I'm going to close out this part of the vlog. I realized as I was doing this that this vlog is 2.5 hours long. 2 hours-ish, between 2 and 2.5 hours, when I put it all together. And so I'm going to split it up into 2 parts. So part 1 today, and I will post part 2 on Friday. So keep an eye out for that. If you were a creator that I asked, and you were not in this video, you're going to be in part 2. So keep your eye out, and if you want to know who else I chose and what other books I chose to read, stay tuned for the next video. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye!